trying to stay upright, and he trips.
Ravens have it. Down the sideline, shut clock. Whoa.
Hey, will you shut up? Let me answer.
With the NFL season rolling around, it means only one thing. I no longer have to rely on the Rangers for my sports intake. But while we're here talking about the NFL, let's go over the teams and how they stack up this season. The Pack somehow managed to bring back Aaron Rodgers, which is the best thing that happened for them, because we know what the Packers look like without Aaron. In all seriousness, though, I think the Packers are still going to be at the top of this division with at least 12 wins. Well, Kirk Cousins is an anti-vaxxer. That's not good. If they can settle that situation, I'd say the Vikings would be alright, I guess. I mean, they'll be good, above average, but 9 wins at best. In my opinion, the Bears are very overhyped, but I can see why people are, not just putting them at 2-15, but, giving them a chance. David Montgomery is going to be good. I'll give them that. Their defense is still solid as ever with Khalil Mack. But other than that, it's not very good. I'll give them 6-11 at best, but nothing better. The Detroit Lions are the most dysfunctional team in the NFL. The Cleveland Browns got their stuff together. The Detroit Lions have not. The pickup of Penei Sewell in the NFL draft this year will be big for Jared Goff, which, speaking of Jared Goff, I don't understand why he gets so much hate. His $100 million was well-deserved. He led his team to the Super Bowl. He might have been carried a little bit by their defense, but he's still a really solid quarterback and a solid replacement for Matthew Stafford. If Stafford performs an almost MVP season for the Rams, the Detroit Lions should be banned from the NFL, because that means they just wasted the prime career of Matthew Stafford. I say they go 2-15.
Oh yeah, baby, the Cowboys are bouncing back, and they're bouncing back better than ever, baby. They're going 17-0, and they're going straight to the Super Bowl, baby.
In all seriousness, I do think that the Cowboys can bounce back easily this year. The main thing they had last year was just injury, so if they can stay healthy this year, get a healthy and strong Dak back, have a solid offensive line this year, and overall just have a better defense, I think they can go 12-5 and win this division. Do not kid yourself. Washington is not winning this division. Is Washington good? Yes. Does Washington have an excellent defense? Yes. Does Washington have a good offense? Yes. Are they going to win the division? No. Please stop kidding yourself. And this is not me being blind to optimism or playing favorites. Dallas is just much better than Washington. But is Washington good? Yes. I'd say Washington gets the same number of wins as they did last year, or close to the same number of wins as they did last year, and I say they win 9 games. Hey, how's your offseason going so far? It's probably what happens when you hire Joe Judge as your head coach. 6-11 at best. I'm not even going to bother with you guys. You are complete and utter garbage. 2-15. The defending champs really have nothing to worry about, as they retained every single player from the 2020 championship team. The real test for them will come in the postseason, and we're going to see how they perform in there. For now, in the regular season, I say they go 15-2. The Saints are in a bit of a weird position. The retirement of Drew Brees really stung, but other than that, they're really the same team. It's just last year's Saints, except with Jameis Winston, and we don't know how that's going to go. for now, I'll say that the Saints will go 11-6. Give it a couple of years or two, the Carolina Panthers will possibly take over the Saints and the Bucks to get the division. Christian McCaffrey, DJ Moore, and the pickup of Sam Darnold was actually a really solid one because now he actually has potential and now he has a real organization to work with in the Panthers. It may not happen this year, but give it a year or 3 maybe, the Panthers will be something. But for now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to say 6-11. You are terrible. The big thing for the Niners this year is just to stay healthy. If the offense and defense can stay healthy, I think this team has a shot at the division. But for now, as it stands, I can see this team going 11-6. The Cardinals are definitely the winners of the off-season Super Bowl with signing J.J. Watt and A.J. Green in one off-season. They should make a lot of noise in this season, but I have a feeling that they're going to come up a little short. Not of the playoffs. They are most definitely making the playoffs. But I'm going to feel like they're going to disappoint, and they're going to go 11-6. Not bad, but I feel like they can do better. The Rams are the hipster pick to win the NFC West as they arguably upgraded their QB from Jared Goff to Matthew Stafford. I'd say it's an upgrade because, in my opinion, Stafford is better than Goff, but that's not saying Goff is bad. I'd say that the Rams this year can win 11 games. I'm not really sure why, but I have doubts about the Seahawks. I mean, I still have faith that they will win 11 games and make the playoffs, but I'm not sure if they will go far in them. I actually feel like they only have 2 or 3 years left with this core that they have. So, yeah, they still win 11 games this year, but they need to show some real improvement in the playoffs. The Ravens are obviously going to be good. One thing that they really need to focus on is Lamar's passing game. We know what he can do as a runner, but now we need to really see what he can do as a passer. That's the one thing that killed Baltimore last season, their lack of passing. But for now, I say that they go 15-2. The Browns actually went 11-5 without their best receiver for most of the year. So just think about what they can do with a healthy Odell Beckham Jr. I say that at the most, the Browns can actually win 13 wins. Quite honestly, I think the Steelers are done. I mean, they have no offensive line to protect a quarterback who can't run. Really, I think last year was really their best chance to get one last Super Bowl, and they failed. So yeah, Juju's TikTok skills are not going to help them now. I say they go 9-8. Your head coach sucks. Your offensive line sucks. You should have drafted Penix well. And I pray for Joe Burrow's protection because he's going to need it with that awful offensive line. 2-15. Besides the fact that the owners are threatening to move the team to Austin and that Cole Beasley is an anti-vaxxer, the roster and the players really have no problems. So with that, I think that the Bills can go 14-3. Tua's season last year was overshadowed by Fitzmagic, so this is going to be the first year we finally get to see Tua at his full potential. And I have a feeling that him, that ferocious Miami defense, and Jalen Waddell will have an excellent season this year. I say the Dolphins can go 12-5. The Patriots are in an interesting spot right now as they have 2 quarterbacks who are very interesting. Cam Newton is most likely done after this season because of the fact that not only is his shoulder ruined, but the Patriots just don't like him. And then Mac Jones, people need to stop overhyping Mac Jones. Will Mac Jones be good? Yes. But will he be Tom Brady level? No, absolutely not. You are insane. I think the Patriots are probably done after this season. This season, I say they go 7-10, actually. Titans offense can play like it did last year with the addition of Julio Jones. This team might be a dark horse to go to the Super Bowl. I'm being dead serious. This team might beat the Chiefs if it would come to an AFC Championship game. The only thing I fear for the Titans is their defense. It still needs some work, but other than that, the Titans could go 14-3. Besides the fact that Quentin Nelson and Carson Wentz are out with the same injury, the Colts will be all right. I mean, kind of the same production as last season, I think. I'd say they go 11-6. Well, all of our best players are either traded, signed elsewhere, or are going to jail soon. So things here in Houston aren't going so great. They go 6-11. You're really going to shoulder a rookie with all this hype. With ETN out, it's literally just the Trevor Lawrence show. And because of that, I have to say 2-15. Much like the Bucs, the Chiefs really have nothing to worry about. The only thing that should be concerning for them is to get that offensive line healthy, because that was one killer that they had in the Super Bowl this year. But other than that, the Chiefs are really, really good. Obviously, people know that, but I'd say that this year, the Chiefs go 15-2. This is going to be my hot take of the video, but my opinion is that the Chargers are my sleeper team of the year. We saw it in flashes last year of how the Chargers could possibly be a playoff contender. We saw it with Justin Herbert winning the Rookie of the Year award. We saw it with that Chargers offense, which is really good with Keenan Allen and Justin Herbert. And we saw it with the defense, who was really good in some games. And they got rid of their main problem in Anthony Lynn. His scheme was going on way too far. He was good in his first year or two, but it had dragged along too far. And now they've hired the defensive coach from the Rams. Same building, he knows the Chargers, so yes. My opinion is that the Chargers will be a playoff team this year. Not only that, but they go 12-5 this year. An offense that features Derek Carr, Darren Waller, Josh Jacobs, and Henry Ruggs should not finish near 500. The only reason that the Raiders do finish near 500 is because of Gruden. Gruden still believes that he's in the power run era, and where it's okay to run the ball with Josh Jacobs 500 times, and then every 500 plays, throw the ball to Darren Waller. This offense should not finish near 500. If any other coach was coaching this team, they would finish at least with 10, 11 wins. But unfortunately, they have John Gruden. And because of that, I say that the Raiders go 9-8. The big problem here with the Broncos, in my opinion, is Drew Lock. I don't think he's a really good quarterback. I mean, because they went out and got Teddy Bridgewater, that was really good for them. If Teddy Bridgewater can, ball out, I could somehow see the Broncos as a 7th or 6th seed in the AFC. But the AFC will be tight this year, so the Broncos need to bring it this year. And if they don't, and if they stick with Drew Lock, or if Teddy Bridgewater isn't very good this year, I see the Broncos going 5-12. As for the playoffs, I'll say that the Rams will come out of the NFC and the Chiefs will come out of the AFC. And in the Super Bowl, I say the Chiefs win it all.